Right now, in this exact second, a quiet erasure is happening inside your head. You cannot feel it. You cannot stop it. But a physical predator is actively hunting down your memories, breaking them apart, and deleting them forever. When you close your eyes tonight and drift into sleep, you probably assume you're simply resting. But beneath your skull, a microscopic hunting party is waking up. The person you were yesterday is quietly being dismantled. This is happening to you every single night, and you have never even questioned it. This is not a poetic metaphor about growing older or moving on from your past. This is the dark, hidden architecture of human consciousness. Your brain is actively and ruthlessly destroying who you used to be. It is burning down your past. And if it stopped doing this, even for a few days, you would completely lose your grip on reality. Your sanity, your daily survival, and your very identity depend entirely on this silent destruction. For decades, we have been fed a comforting lie about how the human mind works. We like to imagine our memory as a massive, beautiful library. We think of it as a perfect, infinite hard drive where every experience is safely stored away in pristine condition. Society teaches us that forgetting is a mistake, but that entire concept is a massive illusion. Forgetting is not a failure of your brain. It is its primary, most aggressive, and most essential function. Recently, neuroscientists at institutions like MIT and Harvard started looking closer at the physical structure of memory. They used advanced neuroimaging to watch what actually happens in the human brain while a person is resting. They observed special cells called microglia. These are the immune cells of your central nervous system. They watched them literally swallow and digest the synaptic connections that hold your memories together. Your brain is not a passive library. It is an active incinerator. It produces specific proteins whose only job is to wipe the slate clean. They literally eat your past. In the early 20th century, a brilliant Russian neuropsychologist named Alexander Luria met a man known only as Patient S. He could not forget anything. If you gave him a list of 70 random words, he could repeat them perfectly 15 years later. But this gift completely destroyed his life. He could not hold a normal job. He could not read poetry. Every word triggered an avalanche of vivid memories. To try and find peace, he would write his memories on slips of paper and physically burn them in a fire. He died exhausted, crushed by the heavy weight of a past he could not erase. You're not just watching a video about an interesting medical case. You're a part of this exact mechanism right now. Think about your life exactly 1 year ago today. The brain you had then is literally gone. The physical synaptic bridges have been eaten away by your microglia. They have been replaced. The you from 5 years ago is a stranger who simply handed you a script and disappeared into the void. We have always assumed that when we pull up a memory, we are looking at the original event. But modern neuroscience has uncovered a terrifying process called memory reconsolidation. Every single time you remember something, you drag that memory out of secure storage. And in doing so, you make it vulnerable. You actually destroy the original memory structure. When you put it back, your brain rewrites it. It patches the memory, heavily influenced by your current mood, your new beliefs, and your present environment. You are not remembering the event. You are remembering the last time you remembered it. Every time you access a memory, you corrupt it a little bit more. This means your most cherished childhood memory, your darkest trauma, the fundamental story of who you are, is likely a fiction. A story you have rewritten thousands of times until it no longer resembles the truth. You are the author of a beautiful, necessary lie. But today, this fragile, necessary system is under a massive, unprecedented attack. For millions of years, our brains evolved to forget so we could survive. But now, we have outsourced our memory to our digital devices. We carry glowing rectangles in our pockets that never forget. Social media platforms artificially remind you of what you did exactly 7 years ago today. We are forcing ourselves to exist in a permanent, indestructible past. By doing this, we are short-circuiting the brain's natural pruning process. We're building up psychological plaque. We are trapping ourselves in a digital purgatory, unable to emotionally evolve because our synthetic environment simply refuses to let us forget. We are all slowly becoming patient-less. We are carrying the crushing weight of every moment we have ever documented. To be human is to let go. We are not meant to be perfectly preserved museums of our own history. We are meant to be moving rivers, constantly flushing out the old to make room for the new. The silent erasure happening in your mind right now is not a tragedy. It is the ultimate act of grace. It is the universe inside your skull granting you forgiveness every single night. It is giving you permission to wake up tomorrow as someone completely new, unburdened by the exact details of your past mistakes. Let the past burn. It is the only way to light the path forward. You are not a finished painting. You are a masterpiece that is constantly, violently, and beautifully being painted over. The silent erasure happening in your mind right now is not a tragedy. It is the ultimate act of grace. It is giving you permission to wake up tomorrow as someone completely new, unburdened by the exact details of your past mistakes. Let the past burn. But what happens when someone else figures out how to control this biological process? What if your memories could be intentionally hacked, altered, or weaponized against you without you ever noticing a single change? That is exactly what we are exposing in the next video. Hit subscribe, keep your eyes open, and never stop questioning your own mind.